Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel Quick Solvers. Here I want to find the answer for this where we have these choices, and I think this is a good question for you if you are preparing for GRE or GMAT. The difficulty level of this question is easy to medium. So let's dive in. Alright, so let's start with this numerator here, these two terms. We have 40 to the power of 50 minus 40 to the power of 48. Okay, generally when we have, let me use this color, when we have a to the power of n, we can rewrite this as a to the power of n minus m times a to the power of m. That means I can write 40 to the power of 50 as 40 to the power of 48, or 50 minus 2 times 40 to the power of 2. So I can rewrite this as 40 to the power of 48 times 40 to the power of 2 minus 40 to the power of 48. Now I can factor this 40 to the power of 48 and write this as 40 to the power of 48 times 40 to the power of 2 minus 1. Okay. And what is this 40 to the power of 2 minus 1? Well, 40 to the power of 2 means 40 times 40, and 40 times 40 is 1600, 1600. And 1600 minus 1 is 1599. So I can write this as 40 to the power of 48 times 1599. All right. So I can write the whole expression as 40 to the power of 48 times 1599 divided by 2 to the power of 96 times 10 to the power of minus 45. Okay, now, well, I want to somehow get rid of this. For that, I need to write this 40 with multiplication of 2 to something else. Okay, so I can write 40. We know 40 equals 8 times 5, and we can rewrite 8 as to the power of 3 times 5. So here we have 40 to the power of 48. Okay, then we can say this 8 times 5 is to the power of 48, or this one is to the power of 48. All right, so when we have now we need to apply two rules. The first rule says that if we have a times b to the power of m, we can rewrite this as a to the power of m times b to the power of m. So if I apply this rule, then this equals 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 48 times 5 to the power of 48. Okay, and the second rule says that when we have a to the power of m to the power of n, this equals a to the power of m times n. And that means I can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 3 times 48, which is 144 times 5 to the power of 48. So I can replace this 40 to the power of 48 by this new term, 2 to the power of 144 times 5 to the power of 48. Okay, so now I have written the whole expression in this format, and this is good because now I can simplify this and this, because the third rule says that if we have a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n, this equals a to the power of m minus n. And if I apply it here, well, in this case we have 2 to the power of 144 divided by 2 to the power of 96. This equals 2 to the power of 144 minus 96, which is 2 to the power of 50. Oh, no, 48, not 50. Oh, this is good then. 48. Okay, that means I can get rid of this and replace this by 2 to the power of 48. Well, this is very good. So here, okay. Now we have 2 to the power of 48. All right, so we have 2 to the power of 48 times 5 to the power of 48 times 1599 times 10 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 45. So let me write everything here. 2 to the power of 48 times 5 to the power of 48 times 1599 times 10 to the power of minus 45. Okay, great. Well, here you see that we have 2 to the power of 48 times 5 to the power of 48. Okay, obviously when we have a to the power of m times b to the power of m, I can rewrite this as a times b to the power of m. And this is very good because here we have 2 to the power of 48 times 5 to the power of 48. This equals 2 times 5 to the power of 48, which is 10 to the power of 48. And this is very important. I will replace this then. I will replace this part with 10 to the power of 48. Okay, now we have 10 to the power of 48, 10 to the power of minus 45, applying this, not this rule, well, the rule that we discussed before, when we have a to the power of m times a to the power of n, this equals a to the power of m, a plus n. Okay, here we have 10 to the power of 48 times 10 to the power of minus 45. So we keep the bases, one of the bases, because they are the same, and then sum up the exponents. Then we get 10 to the power of 48 minus 45, if we add them up, times 1599. Okay, so this gives us 10 to the power of 3, because 48 minus 45 is 3, times 1599. And this is the final answer, and we cannot further simplify this. And you see that this is this choice.